Hey, I'm Mason. I'm going to do an introduction tutorial on the background, the process, do's and don'ts about earlobe stretching. For one, earlobe stretching is a very long process. You can't just jump from tiny size to a big size, so you just rip it in half. It's very gradual. I've been doing this for maybe secretly a year and a half. Just my mom didn't really know. Now I'm at 1 1/4. And the process starts off with a little tiny piece of jewelry. You usually start off with an 18 or 14 or a 16. And you use tapers. Taper is a jewelry like this. This is nowhere near the size I'm talking about. But it tapers from small to big until it gets to the straight edge. When you get to the straight edge, that's a new size. So, see how the straight edge matches up with the jewelry? That's how you gauge it. Like, you stick it through, and it slowly stretches it and stretches it until it gets to the edge. And then when you get to the end, you feed your plug through it and just push it out like that, and you have your plug in your ear. It's pretty much how you stretch with the taper. Another method of stretching is silicone, and I don't recommend silicone because what silicone is, it's a form of plastic also used in breast implants and under the skin implants. It's very flexible and squishy, and they're usually in the shape of a tunnel like this. And it's always really squishy, and it's malleable, very malleable. And you squeeze it, stick in your ear, and it opens. Like, it expands that way, it stretches. But so if your ear is a fresh stretch, your ear might try to close it. Your ear might try to close, and the silicone will close with it, and your ear won't be stretching anymore. It'll just go down a few sizes. So, my recommendation: do not ever stretch with silicone. It's gay. But if you do choose to use silicone to stretch, I recommend going to chaossoftware.com. You can either find a link on this side or this side of the YouTube page. Not too sure because of the angling, but chaossoftware.com sells amazing variety of silicone plugs and tunnels, and I recommend their silicone eyelets because they're lightweight, most comfortable plugs you can ever use. I don't have any to show as an example because I'm poor, but I recommend that website. And also, if you want high quality plugs such as this is Bullhorn. These are Bullhorn plugs. These were about 40 bucks a piece. Go to kingsbodyjewelry.com. This is where I get all my jewelry, all my products from. I'll be showing you a few of them later on in the video. So starting off, I just told you basic stretching. Now, the last form of stretching I'm going to show you is called the tape method. First thing I'm going to show you, tapes you do not want to use. Do not use this kind of tape. This is electrical tape. It is bad. Very bad because it is very porous. Let me see if I can get a piece off and show you. It's all sticky and gooey, and the goo might get in your ear and get infected. But whenever it stretches, it's very porous, and since the pores are open, your ear might grow inside the pores, and yeah, just be a very bad mess. This is like medical tape or some crap like that, but it's also porous. You can see through it. It's just gross, and you don't want that in your ears. This is a very bad idea to put that in your ears. What you use PTFE tape, also known as Teflon tape, or bondage tape. Bondage tape is good too, because this tape is non-adhesive, but somehow it like sticks, doesn't fall apart. It's non-porous. It's just sheer plastic. Let me give you an example on how to tape a piece of jewelry. You get a plug. Preferably use single flare jewelry, which is a jewelry that only has one flare at the end. You're going to get a piece and start off slowly. Kind of just ease your way around it. And snap it off. You might want to get that's pretty much what you do. It looks crappy, but I don't have scissors. But you start off maybe I usually do 4 layers every 4 or 5 days. Because that's the only way you can stretch whenever you're this big. They do not make tapers for 1 inch plus. So you use 4 or 5 layers around your jewelry in every 4 or 5 days. And gradually it'll get bigger to your next size, and you can buy your next size plug. I have showed you all the stretching methods you can use. Oh yeah, by the way, this is an example of a really, really bad taped plug. You want it to look pretty, like this. See how that looks like kind of like a sushi roll? It won't look like a sushi roll. It's pretty. Good? Bad. I mean, bad? Good. Now, when your ears, you want your ears to look and feel sexy, you gotta use jojoba oil, or pronounced jojoba oil. This is just an all-out good product, and the main ingredient is this. It's similar close to sebum, which is an enzyme produced in your skin that helps produce skin cells and helps produce elasticity in your ears. What you use jojoba oil for is when your ear looks like this. See how it's very thin? 'Cause this ear I kind of rushed the stretching process, so it got thin and it just looks gross. And you see this here, how it looks sexy and juicy and nice thick lobe. You put this on your fingers, do it 3 times a day. Just massage your earlobes with it for a while, and gradually, in maybe about 3-4 months, your earlobes will become thicker and a lot more healthier. So jojoba oil is just an all-out great product to use. And let me put these back in. Oh, I'm just going to show you really quick how to put in double flared plugs. See how it's just not completely straight, kind of dips? What you do is you kind of stick it through the bottom like that. Just work your fingers over it like that so it's in. Give it a couple twists. Oh, fell out. Too much loop. You twist it and leave it. Do the same thing with this. There you go. That is my stretching video for now. And have fun stretching. Don't screw up, kids. I'm a professional, so I know what I'm talking about. So, peace.